is like a criminal. Everybody know me, they say that she go. Lipstick liner, lashes for celebrities. And if she looking good, then you say she be. Oh, you think you know me? Probably Instagram. Reposting my picture saying you're a fan. No need for a filter, cause my beat is ill. Have you looking good? Man, if looks could be ill.
Okay guys, so you know how I feel about primers. You know that I really don't believe that primers are actually something that really works and makes your makeup last. But I've been sitting up all day and my face is a little bit oily, so a primer is gonna mattify me some. This is Urban Decay's primer. You can already see a difference. I don't look so daggone oily. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this product from MAC. This is a paint pot. I like to start with eyes because if fallout happens, and fallout will happen, I can catch it. I apply it with the brush, but spread it out with my finger because I feel like flesh to flesh helps you spread things a hell of a lot easier. Okay, so now I have to start thinking about my transitional colors. The colors in between brow and lid. I'm gonna work out of this Sephora Pro Warm palette. I'm gonna go into this color right here. Unfortunately, these colors don't have names. So, okay, so I'm spreading that color out. I am using a Sigma E40 blending brush. You want to start out light and then begin to add more and more. I'm gonna go into this reddish kind of brown color. See how that intensified it? Just made it that much more deep, I guess you could say. I'm so deep. I had in my mind that I wanted to do something blue, but now that I see these two colors together, I think I'm going in a totally different direction. I want to intensify our brown color, so I've switched to a smaller brush. This is just turning into a really pretty and simple smoky eye. Obviously, the more darkness I add to it, the more dramatic it turns into. And I'm dramatic, so I'm gonna keep making it dramatic. Okay, I'm gonna switch palettes on you and I'm going to go with this palette. Why not just go for the gold? Go for the gusto. Something tells me this is gonna be super pretty. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. You'll notice I didn't take that all the way out to the end because I wanna smoke that out with our dark brown. So I'm gonna dip my finger into that brown that we used. So simple, right? I feel like this is my best tool for a smoky eye. I learned to do makeup with my fingers. When I started thinking about getting into makeup artistry, I just felt like, oh my God, I'm such a terrible wannabe artist because I like to use my fingers. And then I looked up Pat McGrath, one of my top 5 favorite makeup artists. And I read that she uses her hands more than anything. So I don't care what nobody says, I'm using my fingers. I can clearly see where the brown isn't merged in, so this is where we have to start adjusting. And I'm just going to blend the two together. Now we have a nice gradients going here. And you're ready to go. You can just go. Gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Aren't I gorgeous? Clean up that edge. Boom, just like that. No tape necessary. I just took a wet wipe and wiped my edge away. Oh, I am into this right now. Now I can move on to eyebrows. One of the only staples in my kit, like that's just a given, has always been MAC Spiked. And I think that this just crept in like a mistress and replaced my spiked. This is Benefit's Precisely My Brow Pencil. I love the color. It's not as harsh. Now, do I want to now put an eyeshadow under the brow that kind of highlights it a little bit? I think the answer to that is yes. How about I go into my OPV palettes? Let's try using this. Ooh, good selection. Ooh, that's super pretty. I just kind of want to merge that into the under eye. Gorge. And the eye is pretty much complete. Now I can work on skin. I'm going to use L'Oreal's True Match. If I was doing somebody else's makeup, I'm not gonna rub their whole face with my hand, but it's my face, so. Okay, so I already know that this is a bit too light for me, this color. So what I'm gonna do is take a color that's a bit too dark for me. You think? I feel like you're probably gonna have to mix to get the right color. I also like to make myself a little bit too dark. That's how I counteract the flash. Because who's putting on makeup and not taking pictures, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna begin to blend that out, blending it onto my double chin, blending it across this mosquito bite that I got on my forehead in friggin' October. Who gets a mosquito bite on their face in October nonetheless? Like, Okay, so yes, I know I look a little too dark, but it's all gonna balance out when I begin to put on my concealer. Where would we be without concealer? Because I'm going off of 2 hours of sleep, ladies and gentlemen. But by the time I'm finished with me, I'm gonna be Beyonce. Little around your mouth to cover up your mustache. Okay, I'm using a cream from Fashion Fair. I know a little girl who's gained a little weight. She might need to hollow out her cheeks some. Okay, I'm gonna do the same for my forehead. Make this 5 head look like a 4 head. Okay, my favorite setting powder is Laura Mercier's translucent powder. If your translucent powder is ashy or if it's too white, it's probably what you did underneath. Again, that's why I make myself a little too dark. This setting powder is gonna make me lose some coloring, but not to the point where I'm ghost face killer. So I set under the eye, translucent powder everywhere. Okay, so after putting on foundation and all that stuff, I kind of lost my eyebrows. Just gotta reinforce them now. I'm going to move into my gel eyeliner. This is my favorite eyeliner from Inglot. To apply it, I am using an angled brush. The older I get, the more droopy my fold gets, and I lose my eyelid, so I feel like I'm gonna cover up my entire lid if I make my line too thick. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go to lashes, my favorite thing. I'm using these lashes from Love Lashes. Aren't they gorgeous though? Oh my God, they're so bomb. They're bomb, right? But look how teary-eyed I am. Woo, a good pair of lashes will do that to you, just make you emotional. I get so emotional, baby. All right, I'm just gonna take a smidge of mascara and try not to get it on my actual mink. These are mink lashes, by the way, because we're fancy. Do you love them? I love them. Okay, let's go back into our very first color right here. I'm gonna smoke out this under eye, hun. I'm going to use Lancome's Monsieur Big for mascara, which I love because it works super quickly, but it is not waterproof. And when I tell you it's not waterproof, I mean it's really not waterproof. Like, you will be drunk girl on a Friday night whose boyfriend just broke up with her. Mascara mess. Same on the other side. I love it. For blush, I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is the Peachy Love palette. I think I'm gonna use more of the Peachy Love. Super pretty. I love this palette. It's like the only blush that I carry in my kit. The less I can carry, the better. I can take this highlight from Lancome. It is the Dual Finisher highlighter. It's called Luminous Gold. Let's see about this. Am I luminous? Am I gold? It's pretty. So what if I went with this color from DANESSA MYRICKS? This is called Chocolate. I like it. That just took it to a whole other level, right? I think this look is great for fall. If you're trying to wear this look to work or to church, I would suggest you change the lip. As per usual, you can go down to the detailed box down below. You can find a list of the products that I used. Make sure you guys are following me on both my Instagrams, which are also listed down there. Tatiana Ward here. Thank you so much for joining me.